All right, y'all. I am here with the amazing, phenomenal touring cast of Games Women Play. This is so exciting. I can hear y'all hear the claps in the background. Y'all don't hear
I
them?
do hear it.
Okay, I hear
heard
them
it.
too.
I
A lot
heard
of
it.
applause here.
Now listen, y'all look amazing. First of all, I'm so excited to be in the room with y'all on today, and we'll make this quick and make this fun.
Let's
So now
go.
listen,
Let's
I'm going to
go.
start with you.
Okay.
Carl.
Now
Now you're yeah. I'm starting with you because you're closest.
I'm scared.
So you're the amazing director behind this stage play.
It's
okay,
it's
go
nice
ahead.
that you said amazing because I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know that. I don't know that yet.
Okay, it's okay, but you're amazing. So whatever you touch is going to be amazing, flawed or not.
Amen.
There we go. So now you're the director of this particular play. So how excited were you to be able to say, you know what, let me direct? This is your first stage play.
No.
Okay.
It's my first one with him. I've worked with him a lot
Yeah.
in a different capacity.
Jakarius Johnson.
Jakarius Johnson. And so it's my first directorial debut with him.
That's good.
I
Okay.
started in theater a long time ago when I grew up in New York. That was like my first love. Like Denzel said the other day, I'm a theater actor that just happens to do television and film. Yeah.
And that's amazing that a lot of people don't know that. And I think, you just started in theater, did you?
Hell no. If I did, I should be better.
And that's okay, that's okay. But you're here now. I know Chico, this is your first.
Yeah, so I
Theater.
started in theater.
You start, and I love that. So now you can
Yeah.
join the conversation of starting in the theater.
Yeah, all the way.
Okay, well, cool. Let's get to it. Now, listen, I have a great philosopher that you may or may not heard of. I'm going to quote some lyrics or some words by him and see if it sounds familiar. Okay, it says, would you be with me if I had nothing? If I couldn't buy you something? Now you've got your share and now you know who's paying. I got your thing together and now you're not staying. I worked hard to get the things I have. I've worked hard to get the things that I need. Why you want to play on me?
Yeah.
Who is that? You know who
Don't
that
play
is?
the games on me.
You know who is that?
Chucky.
Chucky Booker,
Chucky.
right?
Chucky.
So this thing
Chucky
goes
Booker.
back to Chucky Booker, right? He was like, why do you want to play these games? Why do you feel like women play these games?
Well, I know the show is called Games
Women Play. Right.
But I think everybody plays games. I
Fair.
think to a degree. I would say everybody does to a certain degree. So, and why? Because I mean, games are fun, I guess, but I mean, at some point they gotta stop.
They gotta stop. But I'm gonna talk to Claudia. Like, why do you feel like us as women play games at times?
I think it's a response.
Okay.
I think
good.
I think a lot of women, the way we are raised, yeah, fix your posture. I think the way young girls are raised, we start off wanting and being trained and brought up to want to be married, want to be a wife. And I think a lot of times we're meeting men they have to pick up the litter right now. The ratio is so jacked up right now. There's a lot of competition. And I think a lot of women now are displaying a lot of masculine energy, and they're like, well, y'all doing it to us. We're tired of getting our hearts broken, so we're going to retaliate and play games, which I don't think helps anybody. To be clear, I don't think it's good. I think just because they do it, you do it, and then it's a circle. And I think what's happening is the good guys are getting with the bad girls and getting turned out or getting their hearts broken.
Okay.
And the good girls are getting with the bad guys, and the good people aren't getting with the good people. I think they need to put all the trash people on one part of the country, and preferably where it's cold, and let them all just be together and put all the good people that want the same things in another area, and we can stop having these
Sounds like
problems.
This
a
sounds
reality
personal.
show.
I'm like, wait, that
Trash
sounds a
Island.
little personal.
Trash Island.
Okay.
I have a
like-
group chat with my girls, and I have a beautiful group of friends, and I don't mean just outwardly beautiful. They all have it going on, and there's two that are in relationships, and I just feel like people is love out of style. I don't really know. I don't know. I feel like people don't.
I can take that.
That's what I
Chico, have you experienced a game being played on you, or have you played one?
Have
In
I?
a relationship or a dating moment?
Well, I consider myself to be a little different in perspective. I've been in one real relationship in my life, and I say that because that's the one I followed the protocol and the rules where you don't cheat, you don't do none of that. The rest of them I was playing games, but what I've realized in that is that you can never, you can't out-slick a can of oil, as the old people say. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't out-slick a woman. And the thing about it is, like, men, we don't have the capacity to be able to refrain from being emotional in times of, deceit. Women can. A woman can see everything that she thought you was doing confirmed and not say a word to you about it. And not only will she not say a word to you about it, she'll make you believe that she still is in tune and believing you are the person you pretending to be. Men don't have that capacity.
Okay.
Once we find out anything, you say hello to a nigga, to quick. We're gonna be like, who fucks that?
Yeah,
You know
just
what I'm saying?
crash out
You know,
instantly.
you think
Right.
about, you used a quote from a song, you think about Bill Withers' song, "A man we passed just tried to stare me down." Like, you don't know what that nigga was looking at you for. But he
don't.
immediately thought it was her. He was like, well, when I looked at you, you looked at the ground. So it's like, what's going on? A woman can see that and be like, okay, and just mentally store it.
Yeah.
And then put it all together before she presents the case. We immediately going in. So I think that the games usually are played, we initiate it, but y'all are the ones that mastered it. You know
Okay, now listen, I love the answer, and I'm not going to overlook the fact that you gave us some strong tenor energy. We're going to come back to that a little bit later. You had a little vocals on you. Okay, I love it. So let's delve into the characters. So, Carl, Caleb, tell us a little bit about Caleb.
Caleb Peterson, he is a successful businessman. His idea, which happens in real life. I think people fall in love with the idea of love or what love looks like, right? And I think Caleb has an idea of what love looks like. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Well, listen, now Caleb, I'm gonna give a little snippet. I get a sneak peek or whatever. Caleb, he proposes, right, to his fiance on social media. Do you feel like that is in alignment with what goes on every day right now? Like social media really kind of misconstrues what goes on and what's said?
I think a lot of people live vicariously through other people on social media, and they think that that's people's real lives. I think people have I was about to use a big word.
Oh, you can use it.
I think people tend to want to show or prove
That they're
they want to. They have this urge to want to just vomit on social media in terms of whether it's true or not, right?
just to purge that whatever's going
whether
on.
it's true or not. I mean, we've seen the Tyrese videos, but we've also seen the videos where everybody, is like, look at me. We're in the look at me realm now.
The look at me
We're in
realm.
the look at me realm for whatever reason.
You know what it feels like? You know when you were in high school and, maybe you weren't the most popular kid, and then you have your 10 or 20-year relationship and you want to go back. And you want to go and stunt on all those people who overlooked you when you were coming up and didn't pay you any mind. I feel like social media feels like that sometimes. Like, yeah, bitch, you didn't like me back then, but look at me now. And everyone's living for something, to send a subliminal message to people. There's a lot of that. Or get back at their ex, because people can't communicate anymore. People cannot pick up the phone and talk to each other, so they do it on little subtle jabs on social media. They have all these little, they're sending shots on stories and on their posts and these like long, fake, deep captions. I think people they don't pick up the phone and talk to each other anymore. And I've been guilty of it as well. But a lot of people will not talk to the person that is hurting them, or they have to express, and they just do it and they use social media. Social media is just...
Let me tell you something. People it ain't even got to be that deep. I mean, I done had relatives be like, you didn't say thank you when I said happy birthday. I'm like, you didn't text me at all. Like, I told you on Facebook. I'm like, Facebook? You my mother.
Yeah.
Why are you?
And on your fan page, probably.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
Thousands of people.
Okay, I get it. Okay, now are we going to be expecting some talkbacks from the audience, like, no, he didn't, yes, she did, do that,
We
say
want that.
Are we going to expect some moments of that?
Most definitely.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that's a big part of the show. It's very interactive.
Who's going to bring the most, I guess, controversial energy on the play?
No. First of all, Caleb.
Really?
Caleb has a little bit of shallowness to him, and
just
that's
a
what
little.
gets himself in this mess in the first place. Yes. Lips. Okay.
But how did y'all prepare for the stage play? I know that you all have busy lives outside of course, doing a stage play. So how did you prepare for this one?
I delved deep into my shallowness. I reverted.
You went back a little bit.
Back to another time, and I really dug deep.
Okay.
And I started, that's where I started.
We were kind of like in a boot camp, I guess you'd say, in Houston.
Yeah, we went to
Houston
Houston and
boot camp.
rehearsed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We workshopped everything, and came in and and went through the script and learned the pacing, the blocking, and everything before we ever touched the stage. So I think that prepared us for what we are doing now every weekend. You know what I'm saying? When we performing, and rehearsals at this point are just to touch up what we've embedded in our brains through that
Right.
workshop that we did in Houston and Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
So how much of your personality is the same as your character, right? Do you think it's some similarities of your character, or do you feel like, first of all, let me even slow down a little bit. I talk fast too, Claudia. What is your character's name? And tell me a little bit about your character, then we're going to go with you and your character. 'Cause I know you play his little brother, but I want to go into, give us a little bit about your name of character. And
Messy talk show host Sandra Winslow kind of opens the show with the couple on our show,
Okay.
Caleb and Paisley, and kind of like the storyline starts on the show. Something happens on the show with the proposal, and just kind of stirring the pot a little bit on the show.
Okay, you stir the pot. Okay, then we're going to branch over to you.
Yeah, I'm playing Damon. I'm playing dual characters. But the main one is you know what I mean. But the main one is Damon, and Damon is Caleb's little brother. And as far as my personality and how it intertwines with the character, I get to be something that I never got to be in real life, and that's a little brother. So I just get to do all the things that I assume that a little brother gets to benefit from on the show.
Okay.
So that's fun for me because I never got to be in that role in real life. So I get to, be the annoying little brother and, act like a baby brother when I've never had that luxury. So that's probably one of the most fun parts for me.
Good to know. So do you feel like Damon is a wingman or an instigator? Is he
A
the one that's
wingman or an instigator? I think he's a little bit of both, but I think that the instigation is coming from a place of purity. You know what I mean? He loves his brother.
Okay.
So he wants his brother to be in the best position, and he knows as the baby brother, the better position that the big brother's in, the better position I'm in. So I don't never want him to go into to do anything that's gonna make him be, messed off, because if he messed off, then that means I got to be responsible for real, and I don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
They have great chemistry on stage together.
I can
They
kind
really
of
do.
feel that vibe of that. I'm like, okay, so you mentioned, I want to stay on that a little bit. You mentioned that you've never played a little brother before.
I've never been.
Right?
I'm the big
You've
brother.
never been
Yeah,
okay, so
I'm
you're a big brother.
Yeah.
So was it a little bit, or is it a little bit of fear knowing that you're pulling from something that you've never been?
No,
in regards
because
to
I
that
have
character?
a little brother who is exactly what Damon is to
So you
Caleb.
have something, okay,
Yeah, so
I got it.
it's
You
not
gleaned from
hard for me to
something.
pull from that at all. My whole life has been, the way my mother raised me. My father was murdered, so I've been the man in my house for a long time, and her theory was always, wherever I send you, he should be able to come after you were there and have it easier than you had it. That's just the way it's supposed to be. If he come in and that last name Bean don't mean something, that mean you ain't do what you was supposed to do before you got there. So that was always my perspective. So my whole life, my entire life, being my little brother has counted for my brother. You know what I mean? There's never been a time in his life where he can't walk in the room and say, I'm Bean little brother now, I'm Chico Bean little brother. So it's always been a position that I've had to replace. So being able to do this is fun for me because it's like, ooh, now I get to be
I
the
love
nigga
it.
I never get to be. You know what I'm
I
saying?
love it. I love seeing this side of you, because we normally kind of see you like, wilding out a little bit, but you know what? We're going to come back to that too. So Claudia, now we're going to get to the fun part now. I think I talked a little bit about the play enough. I don't want to give it all away, right? You pretty much know you're this amazing financial advisor who has a fiance that's gorgeous, beautiful, and y'all have a situation in regards to proposing or marriage. We got that. We have the messy talk show host that likes to stir the pot and bring the drama, but we all love a little bit of drama. Then we have the little brother that plays the wingman and the antagonizer, instigator, but we love the comic relief that's going to come from you. We already got that as understood, right? Am I right? Mm-hmm. Cool. So let's move on to some fun stuff. All right.
Oh,
So
wait, but
Claudia-
just before you move on, Caleb, I disagree that he's shallow.
Okay, well, look, clear that part up.
I
because don't
disagree.
want
I
that.
would say that Caleb's naive.
Well, I just meant the.
I would say he's naive. Yes.
No, see,
People
I
thought
didn't.
people thought Cole was stupid. He wasn't stupid. He may not have been worldly. He may not have been, and he was a little bit innocent and naive, but stupid.
But what's Cole?
Man, Cole was
See, I
dumb
didn't
as a
wanna bring up
motherfucker.
Cole.
Yeah,
What the
like,
fuck is
you
you
over
talking
here
about?
lying
I
now.
was trying not to bring up Cole. Now, I didn't want to bring up Cole's dating choices. Was it Big Shirley?
What the fuck? Wait, what?
Oh,
What's
okay.
wrong with Big Shirley?
Oh, well, nothing. Okay, look, I digress. Nothing is wrong with Big Shirley, right?
Okay.
But yes. So Cold.
Or either, or he was high. Either one. It's okay.
There you go. Everybody has their own flavor of the money. Nothing wrong with Big Shirley. Big is in.
No, I'm just
Definitely
talking
not
about,
hating on
he
that.
was stupid. Just,
But Caleb would never, because he goes for the Barbie doll.
But Caleb got money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
LA dude.
Ooh,
Gotta be model
yes,
skinny.
definitely.
Hilarious.
Okay,
But
I
he's a
love
good
that.
guy,
I
though.
love to hear it. I love to hear it. We're going to delve into you, Claudia. So I just have a few questions for you. It's called deal or no deal breaker.
Oh.
And so I'm gonna ask you a few questions. All right. If dating were a game show, what would your strategy be? To win or to win their heart?
To get out alive.
Oh, Jesus.
If dating was a game show,
Yeah.
and, well, y'all had to ask somebody else. I'll come back to me.
What game show? Like,
Well, those-
what game show would it be?
Oh,
Oh, what would my motive be?
both. What would you call the show? And then what would your motive be? To win or just
No, not to win. I am a hopeless romantic. I definitely want the whole fairy tale and all that. That's probably my problem. I'm still stuck in the 90s kind of love thing. And it's just a little difficult because
Okay.
it's 2025.
all right, so what's the best deal you've ever gotten from a relationship?
It didn't get me pregnant. Well, I didn't have their baby.
Okay. Look, I wasn't in
I love that.
expecting
Listen,
that, but
I'd have been so
appreciate it.
trapped.
That.
Listen, some of my choices, it would have been horrible. Okay.
I love that.
Hey.
Okay, yeah,
That's awesome.
I wasn't expecting that, but I'll
I
take
know.
it.
I
I'll
told you
take
you can
it.
ask me anything.
I did. You did. In the game of love, what's your big red flag or deal breaker that you won't accept?
I just don't like a dumb guy. Like if on the text
So
messages,
you wasn't fucking with Cole.
Oh,
no. Like there's a guy recently that tried to get at me and he probably doesn't know how to use a computer, so he's not watching. And in the second text to me, I was like, "Are you on Instagram?" And he was like, "Nah, as a former drug dealer." I'm like, "Oh my God, like what? Why would you say that? That's stupid. You just made a dumb error." You know what I mean? And then he spelled like plane wrong. Like plane.
Just a
plane,
small little thing.
Airplane, Wednesday. I can't do that because I'm a clown you.
okay, well, look. Would you
Yeah.
take $10 million to marry someone that you didn't love so that they could get their inheritance? Deal or no deal?
Wait, say that again?
Would you take $10 million to marry someone so that they can get their inheritance? Is it a deal that you take it or a no
How much
deal?
am I getting of it? So for
$10
him-
million.
for-
You
oh,
get
for-
the $10 million to marry this man so he can get his inheritance. He rich if you marry him.
Okay. 25-year-old Claudia, when everybody was after me, hell no, I had options. 51-and-a-half-year-old Claudia Jordan, 2025, Kelly Blue Book value is lower now. Yes, I would. I don't have the same value as I did
Blue
in the
Book
90s.
value.
I don't.
You look amazing. And
I
pretty-
do,
yeah,
but-
I'm just saying, don't.
It's not the same.
You took my words with that one. All right,
You know what I mean? I gotta
last
be
one.
realistic.
Jeez. What one question that you've never been asked, Claudia, that you wish someone would have asked to give more insight about who you are as a person?
Damn.
Say the first thing. Say the first thing that came to your mind.
Wait, ask me again? Because I had like a lot of wicked thoughts that came out. I was
get
like,
you.
no, don't
What's
say
the
that.
one question you have never been asked before, but you wish you would have been, so that people can get a better insight on who Claudia really is?
Will you marry me but mean it?
Okay. Hey, you
Not
know what?
and then not be a nigga that need a place to stay. Because
Okay.
that happened.
They had their own motives, not the motives to make the hey.
Yeah.
I will take
Well,
it.
what makes you, but on the real, like basically, like who are you for real?
I want to know who you are for real, because I feel like a lot of times, and I'm just going to take the interview mask off a little bit, I feel like a lot of times you get a bad rap for being that person.
I do.
But I also know whenever I sit down with you when the cameras are off and they're not rolling, you bring a whole nother motherly, gentle vibe, insightful, intelligent, strong black woman vibe that I think people should hear
Yeah.
or see. So I was just going to tap into that a little
I
bit.
don't know why, but it's been like that since I was like 17. Like I've had a bad rap since I can remember, and I don't know where that comes from. It must be something that maybe I have a resting bitch face, or I know I'm a bit abrasive, rough around the edges. That's just how we are on the East Coast, especially in Rhode Island. Like we just kind of like, we cuss like sailors, but we'll do anything for you. Like the packaging may be a little rough around the edges, but our hearts are big. Like, yeah, I may cuss you out, but I'm gonna make you a lemon cake after that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna rub your back. I'm gonna rub your forehead, your head until you fall asleep. Like I like to do things for people.
Okay.
But like from the outside looking in, I think people think bitch or money hungry or just shallow about life. And I'm not, you know, but I feel I'm tired at this point. I can't keep explaining myself to people.
Got it.
The people that choose to get to know me and see past whatever layer they need to get past, then they'll be the ones that will know. And the other ones can think what the fuck they want.
Period. So she's a boss.
Met Jeffrey Osborne at the airport.
Oh, from Rhode Island?
Yeah. He told me he was from Rhode Island.
His
He said
wife
he
just
known you
passed.
for a while. Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's my man.
He's so cool. You gotta come to his golf.
Starstruck. That nigga was, I was like, oh,
He looks
shit.
amazing too.
Yeah,
And he's-
77.
He looks amazing.
And he's
I
a
was like,
good
God
person.
damn.
He is a good person. He was like the most,
Osborne.
from Rhode Island, like we're so proud of him because we don't have a lot of celebs out of Rhode
Yeah,
Island.
that's
So,
what he said. We
yeah.
talked for a minute at the baggage claim.
Well, good. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut it off like that, but good. No. You. Okay. Damon. Chico Bean. Okay, so yours is going to be Wild and Out related, but it's going to be called We Are Outside.
Okay.
Okay, so what is your best pickup line, and finish it with the song lyric?
What is my best pickup line? I don't have any pickup lines. That's not a skill set of mine. I wrote 2 yes, no, maybe so letters in my life. That's the only 2 times I ever had to ask a girl to go with me. Every other time they
They approach
ask me.
you?
Yeah. So I don't have that skill set. So I would, I mean, I know a lot of the song lyrics, so I can just tell you some cool shit that a nigga said in the song, but I wouldn't walk up and say that to no woman. I'm not gonna walk up and, that's not my personality.
Do you have any pickup lines have you used, or they come to you too, women?
I'm just here so I don't get fined. I have no idea. I definitely have never used a pickup line.
That's good to
I had a
know.
guy say some Prince stuff to me. And I thought
I've
it was
never
from
used a
him.
pickup line in my life.
Wow.
I feel it's corny.
It's very corny.
It's very corny. Just be yourself. You know?
It's very corny.
Yeah.
As a woman, it is very corny.
So
Okay.
you was just trying to set me up to be corny on this motherfucker. What type of shit you got going on, man?
I thought you was gonna be like, yeah, this is what I say.
No,
Okay, well,
never.
look, correct me. I don't have one, Kasha. Okay, so if dating was a freestyle battle, what would your opening line be to impress someone?
Why did you come up with these questions like this? These are horrible questions. You done asked Claudia the good shit. You done come asking me something about Wild and Out. You know how many times I done answered these questions and asked me some good shit like you asked her? We was just, if it's a freestyle battle, I don't fucking know.
And that's okay. That's okay.
I know you got, because we talked in the lobby of the radio station yesterday. I know you got some good questions. You just doing your job. Fuck your job right now. Ask me some real questions.
Okay, Chico, seeing
Yeah.
as though you're a person that's very direct and to the point, in regards to who you are as a person, I know that you've done a lot of improv in your past.
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
looking to do more acting outside of the stage play?
Yes. That's why I decided to do the stage play, because it was free acting school for me. You know what I mean? Like, I get to come be around people who have been famous since I was a little boy. You know what I mean? And learn how to that's the truth.
I know.
We-
In that
Y'all
moment, I was
still
like,
around.
you hush
We
it.
were like,
You hush what you said.
Y'all still here.
watch
So
your mouth.
I just
You
look-
shut your trap.
I just looked at it as an opportunity to be able to learn the tricks of the trade in a way that you don't really get that opportunity. And if you do, you got to pay a lot of money for it. So it was a great opportunity. And once I found out Carl was attached, like, this is somebody that I grew up watching, all the time. And this is one of my, favorite people comedically to watch across the board. So I just knew it was going to be an opportunity that I had to really learn. And being here, I know that I became a much better actor. So I'm looking to be able to utilize everything that I've learned here and take it and run with it. Yeah.
So what you said about him being a comedic actor, so did he ever make you like break
Not yet.
character?
It's coming.
Not yet. We both. Yeah.
It's coming.
Not
we
yet?
been-
We've
They're
been,
great.
you know how the boxers dance around the ring for the first 2 rounds?
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah, we at that point.
Yeah,
you know what I
it's,
mean?
we're at that point. LA is
Yeah.
going to get it for
Yeah,
sure.
we at that point for sure.
You already
That's
know
what
that,
make it fun. That's what make it fun.
LA is getting ready to
I can't wait to see it. Go ahead.
I was gonna say to you, us old vets, and you being like newer in the game, and like you blew up super fast, huge following and all that. Like, how does it feel? I know, I'm sorry. I can't help it. How does it feel for you, like knowing that this is your first play, and when you come out, like the energy you bring, like if the play is starting off slow, whatever, or in a low, when you come out, no matter what, like every single city, you bring it up, and like if someone messes up, you like they're gonna forget by the time you get to your line. Because you bring this, like, they react to you so amazing. Like, you bring it every single time. You do, and that's gotta feel good. Like, you are a comedian. You grew up watching him on Martin when you were really, really young, and he was
Three reallys.
no, but and then you're on the stage with him, and you come out there, and then he gets a lot of love from the audience, and so do you. Like that's gotta feel like surreal.
No, it's dope. I mean, it's just, I think it's a testament to the work that I have done thus far and what people know me for, because, even speaking of Wildin' Out, like, that is an extreme amount of work. Like, we've been, from the time I got on the show in 2013 till, we were on season 25 by the time I got on season 5. So it was 20 seasons it was on that long. So, just being able to consistently you got to reinvent yourself every time out on that show, because it's constantly changing. The content is changing, everything is changing. So I think people have kind of got familiar with me being a certain type of talent, but seeing me in a completely different light, I think, is what makes people be like, oh, this is dope. You know what I mean? So that's the best part for me, is just being able to be amongst people who really do this and have been around for a minute and still garner the type of response that I get. That's the best part.
Thank you for that question.
No, he holds his own. He
real.
holds his own, man. He came in ready to rock, and it's true. He's created his own lane and following, and there's an audience out there that completely loves him, and the fact that he brings it, I couldn't. All I ask is, hopefully, I've done my job too. Hopefully,
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Hopefully I've made it a great experience for y'all.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
it gets funner if it gets better and better the
Yeah.
more we getting to do
Right.
it.
Yeah,
Each city
and
brings
that's
a
really
different
what I wanna
energy,
do.
and you know what I mean? Like, and just hearing what you said about Claudia, like, this is my first time ever being around Claudia, but from what I hear people say, I'm like, who the fuck are they talking? This is literally one of the coolest niggas in the
straight
world.
up.
Like,
And
she like a real nigga. Like, and as crazy as that may sound, but she, like, I can see how people who have that type of personality rub people who aren't genuine the wrong way, and their only recourse is to try to make you out to be the villain, to try to protect themselves from people actually wanting to approach you and find out who you really are. And I've dealt with that, throughout my life, just having to be a person that was always in the forefront of everything. So I get her, but she dope.
You know what I was listening to last night at 1 o'clock in the morning? At 1 o'clock in the morning, I was trying to get my phone situation.
Bet you was.
And I'm on my computer, which is telling me I gotta free up storage because they're trying to sell me storage
that too,
space,
but-
right?
Yeah.
And I was looking at our skits from NGOS.
Oh, that was
What's
so fun.
that?
We did a
We
podcast.
did a
before.
podcast. We was ahead of the game with what we was trying to do. So we had skits.
And it was funny.
It was funny, and I was playing the character, the Love Doctor. Remember the Love Doctor? And I was deleting stuff to, and all the way back then, and I was like, damn, I didn't realize it was that long ago, when you was really, really young.
How many years ago was that?
Oh, it gave you some really.
2013, 2014. Yeah, like,
Decade.
And to answer, well, not answer, but to address what you said when you said, I hope I made it fun for y'all. Of course, you know why? There's other plays that are out there that are not getting along, there's
Okay.
friction, and we genuinely like each other, and that's because that starts at the head.
Right, of
Right?
course.
So if we have a toxic environment here, we can blame that on you.
Yeah.
And just like if we have a good environment, we have to give
Credit.
you props
Give him credit
as
for
well.
that good
So
environment.
yes, it's you give advice, you give pointers, you give tips, you give direction, but it's also the environment where it doesn't feel negative or scoldy. It's like it feels comfortable.
Yeah.
It definitely has a family vibe.
Okay.
And that's why, like, if someone does miss a line on stage, like, we're laughing about it, or someone will save someone or help someone because, like, you care about the person you're seeing, And I will say that, like, it's just been a fantastic
Thanks.
experience.
Thank you.
Except the one that I cried, but I was going through it, I think, because I haven't had sex in so long.
Oh.
And anyways, yeah.
All right, we gotta go
Okay,
to
well,
rehearsal.
look, I thank y'all very much. I thank y'all very much for coming and stopping by and speaking
Damn,
with
huh?
Sheen Magazine.
Trust that.
I apologize again, Chico, if you were offended by the questions.
I wasn't offended. I was just
didn't
talking
wanna-
shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay. I
man.
just didn't want you to feel like,
Oh, no,
it
I'm-
wasn't anything. Okay,
no,
perfect.
no, not
I was
at
like,
all.
man, sorry.
No.
Go give her a hug.
No, I'm fine. No, we're good.
Well, I
He
can
was just trying to me
understand.
up real quick. I'll go hammer, but that's fine. I'm good. I can handle it. Just want to say thank y'all very much for taking the time out
I
to speak with me.
appreciate you as well. I appreciate
you.
you for
I
putting
appreciate
this
it.
together and taking the time to ask us these questions and give us the love on your platform.
And the
Of
research.
course,
Like you
of course,
prepared
yeah.
with.
of course, of
Yeah,
course.
that-
No worries, no
appreciate
worries.
that.
I look forward. I'm actually coming to the play myself.
With that.
I'll be working with y'all tomorrow with the.
Dope.
You can cut. Sorry. I'm working with y'all tomorrow with organizing.
What day are you coming? Friday or Saturday?
Friday.